Jessica from STEM APKs. Welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to continue where we left off in the last tutorial. As you remember, in the last tutorial, we built a Rust TCP text chat application using FLTK and the graphical user interface framework. And this is basically from my tutorial. I'm going to hit play here without the sound. And you're going to see what we did in the last tutorial, where we were able to use, it's just a basic text chat where we're able to send from the Raspberry Pi into the computer, into my Mac computer in this case, but you can use any computer, any desktop, as long as you can run the code, which is Rust, which is multi-platform, FLTK, multi-platform, so you can actually run it on any PC that I only tried it on Linux. I haven't tried it on desktop, but it works on the Mac. It works on Linux beautifully. I don't know about this Microsoft, but this is basically what we did in the last tutorial. But what we're going to do in this tutorial, we're going to take this a step further, and we're going to take this code, and I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to show you what we have here. These are the same chat boxes that I had before, but I just made them bigger. And as you can see, they have images. But right now, this is what is inside my Pi. This is my Raspberry Pi. If you have your Raspberry Pi connected to a monitor, you will get basically the same thing that that you see here. But you have to have a monitor connected to it. I don't have a monitor connected to it. I'm doing it from my Mac computer that I'm making this video so you can see it. So I can get inside my Pi and look at all the documents, and it's just a file dialog. This is um, because I'm using the FLTK file dialog. I'll show you how to do this. And not only can I look at anything, videos, image, whatever, this is all the stuff that we've been doing in the last few tutorials. I can see anything inside my Pi. Even though I'm running it headless right now, I have complete access to it on a graphical user interface, which this, as you know, if you've been dealing with embedded devices, embedded systems, is a pain in the butt to get into them inside, because if you don't have a monitor, you cannot see it. This you can do it with a laptop, and you can just get into your Pi. And not only can you get into your Pi, this is where it gets even better. You can send, I am going to show you how you can take the image and you can send it. Well, this is the same image, but so let's go. Let me just show you the file transfer. Let's find that image. So let's go in here and then receive images. Is it this one? Nope. Let's go up. So this way you get to see, where is that one? Is it up here? Here. Yeah. So these are all images that I have received. As you can see, there's a PDF file, there's a PNG, PDB, listener, batch, script, JPEG, web. This one does not work very well. That's the new format, WebP. I forgot what the P stands for, and the RAD JPEG. Let me just try one, and you're going to see it here. I want to unblock here right now because of the cancel. So let me open it now so you see it. And now let's send that one. And just open. And as you can see, it's really fast. So now I take one from here. I'll send the optical image. And I'll send it. And there you go. So you not only can send images, watch this. You can, this is where it gets really cool because I can actually send PDFs. See, it received the PDF already. I can take these and send, this is a Pi file, Pi FM. I can, let's just send another one from here, it's faster. There's a batch script, and look, it's right there. So you can go and without having to use secure SCP and all of that stuff, is just right into your Pi, right into your computer, from your computer to your Pi, images, wave files like music. I'm going to, I haven't, some of this stuff I still have to, I'm still working on it because I'm still adding, like I probably will have a terminal here, or I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I have some, right now it doesn't have the functionality. I'm still adding stuff to it. But basically that's what I'm gonna show you how to do. So let's get started. And there are two components going on in this. You have the browser, file browser component, and you have the connection component, okay? I'm going to show you first the UI, the user interface, which is the manager, Pi manager. I call it Pi manager. And as you can see, there's not that many lines of code. It's very, for what it does, that's not a lot. So what I'm going to do is just go over it. Right now we're bringing file browser, the file browser widget, which is this file browser right there, is this guy. This is exactly where we're getting. That's the file browser widget from the file browser, which I will be showing you in one bit. And like I said, you have the file browser and you have the connection component. This is doing the TCP IP connections, and this is doing the browsing of the files. These are all the full tick stuff that you've seen a million times, all the full tick bindings that will show the graphical user interface, the components, the menu bar, the pack for the widgets, the prelude for the full tick traits, windows, buttons, all that good stuff. This is the implementation of all of those. Obviously, if you're doing the connection, um, actually, let me talk a little bit about this because I want you to I went gloss over it. This is using the standard library synchronization, multi-process, single consumer, multiple producers, single customer. Sorry. And I just want to show you the concept behind it because I think it's worth to know about a little bit about it. Basically, you're taking whatever you're trying to do. In this case, they have 15 things that that they're looking through. So in this case, let's say that they're looking for, this could be a hash if you're doing block chain, or some major calculation that you need to break it into not only one thread, but you need 4 workers. So you break it into 4, and what you will do is, for example, 0 to 4, 4 to 8, so it's 4. This is odd, but it's also 4. And here's even, 4, and then odd, 4. And what you do is, this is the multi producers, single consumer, and you need a channel. And just like we did in the 2 tutorials ago, we were talking about FIFOs and pipes. This is similar, not the same, but very similar. It's completely unidirectional. It's not bidirectional. And once the worker finishes with their job, the thread is dropped. So it's there's no dangling, there's nothing hanging, and it works very good. So I just wanted to make sure that you understood that, because that's what we're doing here, because we're going to be using it for the channels. This is the implementation. This is the Pi manager that holds all the, basically everything, everything that you see. It has the name for string slice for the window title. It has a target IP, which is optional because you have two options. You can either enter. If I don't enter an IP address like you see here, it will go, it will default to the local host. So you will basically send an image to yourself. And I can just show you really quick what I mean by that. Actually, I'll show you at the end because I don't want to lose the connection. I want to show you stuff. This is where the creation of the menu bar. This is the menu bar that you see here, and that's the tabs bar that you see here. And that's what makes me um, have access. Look at that. And it can become really handy. And that's the terminal coming soon. It's just a placeholder for now. So, but that's where you create this. Here you create the file transfer tab. You have the current working functionality. It's an 800 by 550. 800 is the full window, as you can see there. That's the width and the height. But obviously, for the menu bar, the height gets smaller. Here's the Files tab. The file browser is taking into getting the file browser widget from the file browser. This is the terminal pack that I just showed you. It's just a terminal placeholder for now. This is the window. It will show. This is where the magic happens. This is the run constructor. This is where all the connections and the TCP IP stuff is happening. As you can see, it's going to have, where is it? This is where the start listening starts on the port and the sending. And it's going to have a send button, but it's also going to have a send browser button. As you can see here, you have the send file, but you will also have another button that I still have to work on, which is going to be, I don't think I haven't done it yet. I'm working on it. Work in progress. So this is where the callbacks, where is that happening? It has the mutable self-references right there. It's got the move closure right here. And you've seen this before. We just keep using basically the same things that you've seen in the other chat boxes and the other tutorials. Some things change, but basically we're building on what we already built on the last tutorials. This is handling all files. This is handling just a single file. Here it's attempting to send it, and here if it doesn't, there's a match pattern, so it's either okay or error. So if it fails, it's going to give that error. Here's it sets up the file browser for the send button callback, which I'm still working on it. Um, Actually, I'll take that back. That part right there is done because that's what says here. The file sent successfully. My bad, because it's got that's the port, the IP right there, the target IP. Yeah, I forgot about it. And here's where all the messages is going to give you three type of messages. It's going to give you a message whether the file was received, is or is going to update. Is this here, the status update, or it's going to give you an error. So for example, if I try to send I don't have it here, I have it on the other one, that's fine. This is the handle receive file. As you can see, there are three functions. There's going to be one, the run function. You have our method, handle receive file. This is, and this one has got two. The other one's got three. No, it's got three. One, two, run, yeah, and three. handle receive file. This is where all the image processing and the image crate and FLTK working together with the JPEG, with the formats. What it's going to do is going to um, work with PNG because the image crate likes it better, just to maintain compatibility between image crate and FLTK. Remember, we're using FLTK and we're using image crate. For some things we're using image crate, for certain things we're using FLTK, and they have to play nice with each other. And that's basically what is happening there. And that's the main one. Now I'll show you really quick the file browser, similar, but now we're adding the file systems from the standard library, and we have the pad buffer, holding the browser, up button, home button. Here are the coordinates, the position coordinates, width and height. Similar, all the widgets. I don't want to go over them again, but there's the app arrow and the home button. The callbacks being created, set up callbacks, the closures, and this app button, home button, callbacks, the browser callback, and the directories. These are all the icons. Some of work is still in progress. So, but as you can see, I have images, I have text, TOML file, Markdown, I have music, audio, MP3s, WAV files, OGG files, and then I also have video. It's gonna have MP4, AVI, MKV. I don't know if I populate all of them. Maybe one of you guys will take this and expand on it. And sorting at directories first, the sorting of all the directories. Remember, we're going to have directories and files, and that's what those two vectors are going to be housing those components. And directory browser, add file and art directory. Here's the get selected path. Once is you get this stuff to be sent. This is where all is doing finding the path for that particular file and is doing it into the buffer. That's what's happening there. Once it gets it selected, it sends it to the browser or set callback. This obviously is optional because you have options, so it's going to be a mutable. And the mutable is, where did I see it? It's up there somewhere. And I'm trying not to make this tutorial too long, so I'm going fast. This is the connection magic, the TCP IP net. This is the listener and the stream. Channel again, synchronization. This is where the threads are being created that I show you here. This is where those threads are being spawned. You need the thread from the standard. This is the file receive, updated status. We went over that. Start listening on the creating of the channel. The port. This is where it's going to bind the TCP. This is the magic right there, because this is where you're binding the address to the port and to the TCP listener. This is all stuff that you've seen. We just went over in another file, but it's basically the same thing. But now you're dealing with data and files and data. And listening, writing, sending the file. I'm gonna put this in the GitHub page, so that's why I'm going fast. If you can look at it later if you want, to your heart's content. And here the protocol. This is what is working with image for the image crate. Is getting image format from the image and the input output from the standard library. And this is coming from FLTK. You've seen that before. this is the implementation of the protocol where it's going to save the receive file. It's going, if it's an image, it's going to display the image. If it's a file, it's a file. It's just the display image preview that you see here. When I open it, if I go to file transfer, you're going to have the preview. And let's say that I choose an image, you're going to see it being previewed there. And Pink Floyd, come on, Pink Floyd. So you see them previewed, and that's what's happening. But basically, this is where all the magic happens. Config, there's not much there. It's just the port number and create directory. Most of the file system going for all the paths and the buffer and all that good stuff. Receive files if it's going to create it if it doesn't exist, and that's what the receive files is there, and you can see it there. It's right there. Okay, but this is I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to make these tutorials too long, but just to recap, this is what it does. Let me cancel here. So now you can send images, and let's do, we just, well, let's send a PDF now, and you see it's right there. Look how fast. And Pink Floyd again, and there he goes. But this is the end of this tutorial. I hope you can take this and make and improve on it, make it better. In the next tutorial, I'm going to maybe add some functionality to some of these buttons here. I'm still deciding how to make use of that real estate there. So I'll let you know. This is the end of this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, click the like box, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time with another tutorial. Take care.